Hi everyone, my name is Idil and welcome to my kitchen. In this episode, we'll make Turkish style meatballs and potatoes. This dish is called İzmir Köfte here in Turkey, and Izmir is a city in Turkey which I really like. It's super delicious. We fry the potatoes and then we'll fry the meatballs. We are going to put everything together and put it in the oven. It will be amazing, such a fulfilling and delicious dish. So first off, I'm going to start with making the meatballs. I've got here 500 grams of minced meat. And whenever I'm making meatballs, I ask my butcher to leave it a little bit fatty so that it doesn't dry out when cooking. And into that, I've added 1 egg and I'm adding 1 grated onion. And after grating the onion, what I did was, with my hands here, I squeeze the excess water so that it doesn't ruin my meatball, which in Turkish we call köfte mixture. And what you can do with this onion water is if you have some lamb on hand, you can marinate it in this onion water. It's amazing. It makes it super soft. And here I'm adding some breadcrumbs. Panko would work great. Some cumin. Turkish meatballs always have cumin. I'm adding a teaspoon of cumin. Some black pepper. A good amount of salt. And I'm getting in there with my hands and forming the meatball mixture. And once everything comes together, what we like to do here in Turkey is that we pat the meat a couple of times so that everything is fully incorporated. And now I'm going to dip this in the fridge and it's going to wait about 10 minutes. It's going to rest a little bit. And in the meantime, we're going to make that tomato sauce and we're going to fry some potatoes. To make the tomato sauce, I've got a pan here and I have about a teaspoon of butter in it. First, I'm going to heat the butter up on simmer, on low heat, and then we're going to add the tomato paste. So once the butter is melted, I'm now adding in the tomato paste and I'm cooking it with the water for about a minute. And once the tomato paste has been cooked, and you can simply understand this by smelling, it will smell more delicious and a little bit sweeter. It's now time to get in the tomatoes in here. And I'm going to write down all of these ingredients along with the quantities in the description box. Just a little bit of more salt. I'm giving everything a good mix. And I'm going to let this simmer for about, I will say 15 minutes until we prepare the rest of the dish. And then it will be very delicious. The tomatoes will release all their sweet flavor and it will make a wonderful sauce for our dish. And now we'll fry the potatoes. And whenever I'm frying some potatoes, what I like to do is I like to soak them in salted water for about 30 minutes. And that way, the potatoes will get rid of their excess starch and the salt will flavor them. So I've soaked them and then I've drained the water and I patted them dry with a paper towel. And now I'm going to transfer them in the hot frying oil. And we don't want to fully cook them right now because they're also going to cook with the meatballs in the oven. But we just want them to get a good golden color. And if your pan is not as big to fit in all the potatoes, don't try to fit them all at once. You can always do this step twice. The first batch of potatoes are ready. And now I'm going to take them out of the frying oil and put them on a paper towel. As I said, it doesn't need to be cooked all the way through because it's going to continue to cook in the oven as well. And now I'm getting the second batch in there. And while that's frying, I'm going to start shaping my meatballs. So to shape the meatballs, I wetted my hands a little bit with a little bit of water. And I'm taking a walnut size and I'm rolling it like this. I want them to look a little bit like the potatoes, the same shape and size. So this one is perfect. And I'm going to shape them all like this. And now the second batch of potatoes are ready as well. I'm getting them out of the oil. And I've shaped my köftes, meatballs. And in the same oil, now we're going to fry the meatballs. It might seem like a lot of frying, I know it is, but it will taste so good in the end. It will be worth of all this frying. And I'm getting the meatballs in here. And like the potatoes, I don't want them to cook whole way through. I just want a nice crust outside. So I'm going to fry them for about 4 minutes. So the potatoes are ready, the meatballs are ready, the sauce is ready. Now let's put the whole thing together. I'm using the same pan. The only thing that I did was I got rid of the excess oil. So I've got here about a tablespoon of oil left. And what I'm going to do is I'm putting a small cup and I'm just doing it so that nothing flips over when I place these. I'm putting a meatball, a potato, a tomato, and just keep on going until I have nothing on hand. And once everything is tucked in nicely, I'm just putting in the tomato water so that it doesn't go to the waste. That sauce we prepared, we can pour it in. It's quite hot. Evenly on top of the potatoes and the meatballs and the tomatoes. And it smells so good now because we cooked it for about 15-20 minutes and we gave time to the tomatoes to release their beautiful flavors. And this is such a perfect dish for the spring or the summer when you have good tomatoes, good peppers. Wonderful. And to top everything off, I'm putting some green peppers. And I'm going to pop this in the preheated oven at 180 Celsius degrees. And it's going to stay for about 15-20 minutes and it will be ready. İzmir Köfte is ready. It stayed in the oven for an additional of 20 minutes and it looks so amazing. The peppers looks very good. The potatoes look very good. And now let's prepare a plate and taste this delicious meal. Some potatoes, meatballs, tomatoes and peppers. And I'm going to garnish it with a little bit of fresh parsley. It will go great with this dish and a great flavor. And this dish in Turkey is every child's favorite dish as well. My son definitely loves it. And some parsley. And let's give it a taste. I want to show you how soft the meatball is because we used a little bit of that meat fats as well when we asked the butcher to leave it a little fatty. And a potato. And I'm risking burning my tongue, but it will be worth it. So soft. You can definitely do this dish without doing any of the frying, but the frying steps does add a great flavor, and the tomato taste is really nice. And the meatballs are super soft and the potatoes taste to perfection. And here you have it, such a typical Turkish dish. Once you try it, you'll be addicted. And if you do try it, please leave your comments down below. And if you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to my channel as I share a lot of easy, breezy, delicious recipes. Hope to see you next time. Bye!